Definitions of sexual violence. Bucha. Ukraine. The first Russian soldiers searched for the men left behind a few days after the fall of Bucha. Anna, a widow, lived alone with her mother and young daughter. "We have no men," Anna told the soldiers. Speaking Russian, he warned his mother not to speak, worried that soldiers would pick up his distinct Western Ukrainian speech and mark him as a banderivka. A pejorative Russian usually refers to Ukrainian nationalists or people they consider such. Anna showed the Russians her father's death certificate, which stated that he was born in the far east of Russia. "That's what saved us," she later said. She took advice of a neighbor and tried to appear hospitable. "It will be worse if you don't let them," the old woman warned she. At first, the fact that they were just 3 women did not pose a unique threat to Anna. Some of their neighbors, they were hiding male relatives in the basement. A much more dangerous proposition. In early days of occupation, Anna and her daughter Maria entered town, where they collected humanitarian aid from local hospital and scavenged abandoned stores for melted ice cream. They saw dismembered human bodies on the streets. Anna's friend pacified the first group of soldiers, orcs, as she and many Ukrainians routinely referred to Russian troops. After searching the house, they gave Anna and her daughter white armbands to wear, a sign that they were filtered and did not pose a threat to the invaders. It wasn't until the second group of soldiers entered Anna's courtyard that she realized that lonely women in the occupied ghost city faced a different risk. Their leader, a tall man in his early 20s, hit her temple with the back of his gun and demanded oral sex. He also threatened to rape Maria, who was 13 at the time. Anna fell prey threats protect daughter, setting up a chain of events that would lead own government investigate for collaboration with the Russian occupiers, even as she eventually came recognized as a victim of wartime sexual violence. "I met Anna and Maria this summer at their home in Bucha, the city that first became synonymous with the horrors of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. They talked for hours, talking excitedly to each other, repeating a story they had told many times, but rarely appearing to a willing listener. Towards second year of the conflict, their stories are emblematic of rifts breaking away from Ukrainian society as Ukrainian forces attempt to liberate areas that remain under Russian occupation. On the one hand, Anna's ongoing ordeal is a product of a persistent stigma around sexual violence. On the other hand, it reflects deep-seated social divisions that have plagued Ukraine for years and are only rising amid the current conflict, as survivors in each liberated town uncovered new evidence of Russian brutality. Ukrainians invaded for justice and took increasing revenge against those perceived to have aided the invaders. Ukrainian Presid.